So today we are going to be going through and hopefully getting through the first 3 beginner dungeons, all 3 of them tonight. We are also going to I need to go back and pick up Thumaturge from Thanalan, and I'll explain why when I pick it up. And we may even get to our first Primal fight tonight, and that would lead into joining a grand company. So lots to do, gonna be an extended stream tonight, so that should be all kinds of exciting. Man. I think, while we're here, we might as well pick up Beauty is Only Scalp Deep. Let's see, that is at the Blacksmith and Armorers Guild, so we'll pick that up right quick and be on our very merry way. Where am I in relation to all of that? I'm relatively close. Actually, it's a straight shot through here. Perfect. Hopefully we will reach level 20 tonight as well. That way we can also do the Halloween quest, or the All Saints Wake quest. Edelin sent you? Let me guess. The barmy fool's lost his tools, pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his wingings. Any road. This should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next part to his bloody hands. Alright. Always a pleasure. We'll come back and pick up armory and all that jazz later. Right? Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, if I went to use the airship, it would take me back to Gridania. And I don't want to go to Gridania just yet. So I'm actually going to have to spend just a little bit of money and teleport back to Ul'dah. As you can see, teleporting to various locations is a little expensive. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to register Limsa as a favored destination to offset the cost a little bit. So you get 3 favored destinations, 1 home, and 1 free destination to teleport to. It's a good idea to make use of these as much as possible. And all of that. So while we're here, we're just gonna register this as a favorite destination, and that means that this will be cheaper when I want to teleport later on. But for now, we're actually gonna go to Ul'dah. Ooh, 400. Oh, that's right, I've got some. I'm gonna use a ticket. That's what the tickets are for. Okay. Checking something else. That's what I want. Okay. Alright. Back there. Here we go. So, off to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Now, why am I picking up Thaumaturge, and why didn't I grab it when I first came here? That's because I'm silly. So, this is more for the planning ahead. So let's take a quick second to explain some things. So, if you open up the character menu, you'll see this soul crystal. This is what's going to unlock a job when you get to the right conditions. You have your main class, which in this case is Conjurer, needs to be level 30. I also need to have a secondary class, which happens to be Arcanist, and I need to get that up to level 15. Now, before all that, if you pick up any of these other classes and don't have a job selected, you can actually do cross-class skills from any and all of these. Now, obviously, some of them are better than others, but for actions and traits, additional, I can click on this, click on Arcanist, and I can add either Physic or Ruin as a cross-class skill to my bar. So it just gives me an enhanced couple of options, some different, methods of doing damage or healing or anything like that. Once you get a job, though, you can't just choose anything from any of these classes. You're going to be limited to all of the skills that you learn from your main class, so in this case Conjurer, which would be all of my actions here. So again, level 50, I'll have Stone Skin 2 and all these other things, and it'll be awesome, cool, and those will all be on my bar. Now, as far as additional skills go, I'll also have access to my secondary class, which would be the Arcanist, and certain abilities from the Arcanist, which in this case would be like Ruin and Physic, and there'll be several others. Then, you will also have access to the cross-class skills, so these limited numbers of skills, from a third or tertiary class that you don't have to necessarily level up for anything to get the job unlocked, but they offer some variety in playability. Namely, Thaumaturge has several abilities that will be extremely beneficial as a white mage, even to an Arcanist, as a scholar. That one and most important ability is called Swiftcast. And unfortunately, you have to be, I think it unlocks at like level 37 or something like that. It's pretty high up there. But again, it is a must. Now, why is it a must? Let's look at Raise. Raise has a cast time of 8 seconds. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It'll take you so long to raise someone, and you're going to be stuck doing nothing but summoning that spell. Here's the problem. Your tank is dying, but you're casting Raise. Tank dies, because you're still casting Raise. Now, if you have Swiftcast, you cast Swiftcast, and then the next spell casts instantly. So you cast Swiftcast, you cast Raise, and the person that needs a raise gets raised immediately. That is the reason that you pick up Thaumaturge for a white mage, and that is why we are going to do that right now. Yep, let's turn around. Okay. So, you want to be a Thaumaturge. Welcome to the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hallowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught, primeval magics, with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield the power of Thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. Yes. Yes? Then there truly was no other answer, was there? Lean closer now. I shall whisper to you of the Thaumaturgy's beginnings. The nation of Ul'dah inherited its tradition from ancient Baladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nald'thal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as Thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The Dwoomers? Employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious? Wow. When applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of Arzanth Ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you now? What say you then, adventurer? Would you plumb the abyssal depths of Thaumaturgy? Let our learned sage guide your descent. But before you leap into darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you possess the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you're ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. Saying the word right now. Well, adventurer, would you join our guild? Do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Accept. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, have you studied the volumes Fundamental Thaumaturgy Principles, all 108 of them? Or at least I would, if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they say. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guild masters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobigo, I believe. You don't even know the name of your guildmaster. Alright. Alright, Kokobigo, even though you are not... Who? What? Oh, Thal's teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild, seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, Prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funeral rites of the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Ha ha ha. Well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling, Kokobuki, with whom you should speak. What's this? Thal has led us a new aspirant? Ah, Kokobuki. Kokobuki. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and, I would venture to say, the wisest of the 3 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield Thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capabilities of all other form of arcane manipulation, which is true. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence. The Thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerous teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thaumaturgy's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Sure. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Vivi. Let us mark your initiation with 3 eminently practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will prove suitable to your training as a thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are the scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Did you believe your initiation over? My dear disciple, we have only just begun. Take your new weapon in hand, and I will set you forth upon your first trial. Alright. So, we've now unlocked Thumaturge. And let me double check. I can't remember. When do you get Swift Cast? Oh, well, I need to switch over to... There we go. Oh, when we're naked, that's not nice. Equip. Equip. And equip. And equip. And equip. And we should have... No. No. There we go. A ring. And then we'll also give ourselves a shield. Let's see. We've got the Square Maple Shield. That's level 17. And another Square Maple Shield. So, then we will add this to here. Thumaturge. Level 1. Okay, so now that we've got this, Swift Cast. So Sure Cast ensures that you won't be interrupted, but we're looking for Swift Cast, level 26, so that's not too terrible. So again, that is something that you definitely need as a white mage. Definitely need. Must have. So, we will pick that up eventually. Alright, so now that we've got this, I have to go talk to Kokobuki again. Excellent. My first... The sifter well complements the avid desire for destructive power written upon your features. Now we shall complete your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. Alright. And then also while we're here, we're going to run to the Alchemist Guild. Oop. Okay. On we go. To the Alchemist Guild. There we go. Knew I had it. This is by far the most out and away of all of them. You'll definitely want to pick that Aethernet up once you have it. So, there we go. Severian. You've come on behalf of Yedlin? Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius. A genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so, I command you, deliver this parcel to Yedlin with all speed. Yeah, about that. Junk. Alright. So, these guys are in Central Thanalan. So we'll go to the Gate of Nald. Okay. Alright. So, right now all we have is a pitiful blizzard spell. So, I'm actually going to show you what I mean as far as additional skills go and see what I can get here. Ooh, arrow. Definitely want to have something like that. What can I get here? Ruin, which is just unaspected damage. That's not worth it. We're going to have arrow and we're going to put it on our bar as well. Nice thing about this is, while I'm leveling this, I can actually put Cure on my bar as a Thaumaturge and kind of help save my life. Always a good thing. Oh, I'm sorry. My allergies. We had quite a lot of crazy stuff today. Blizzard. And we'll throw arrow on as well. Now the nice thing about Blizzard is it gives us a heavy, so it means that enemy load in reaching us, so you can attack and be distant. That did not register the arrow. Ah, perfect. Alright, we'll look at that in a second. Okay. So, Umbral Ice, Astral Fire. So, Astral Fire, Umbral Ice are special statuses. So, each one of the main classes has a unique kind of thing that you have to take into consideration. I think that the Thumaturge has probably the easiest because it's really just a matter of switching between the two. So, when casting fire spells, it gives you effective Astral Fire. With ever increasing stacks of Astral Fire, it will increase the amount of MP it costs, but it will also increase the attack's potency. When you run out of MP, then you cast Blizzard, and it restores MP and reduces the damage of fire. So, yeah. It's basically you switch between the two. And effectively knowing when to switch is important. This is Thaumaturge progresses, the number of stacks can be affected, which will increase, and also increase the amount of MP that things cost, and etc, etc. So before we lose all of our chain bonus, let's kill this guy. So as you can see up here, I have a stack of Umbral Ice. Their balance of mind and spirit is leaning umbrally, so fire aspected spells require less MP but do less damage, and MP regeneration has sped up. Meanwhile, now that I've done that, we're going to go after Huge Hornets. Fire. Get a stack of Umbral Fire. MP cost increases. Fire aspected spells cost more MP but do more damage. Ice aspected spells cost less MP and do less damage. Etc, etc, etc.